Hi, everyone. It's so nice to be here, even though I was not supposed to be here. I had a flight booked to Switzerland last week, and I didn't make it because I lost my green card. Um, so it's somewhere in the city on the floor, I think. Um, and I'm away from my family, which is sad. I wanted to be with my mom for the holidays. But I made a short film in dedication to her, in dedication to what kind of woke me up. And yeah, enjoy. I don't think I know any jokes, but. Uh, the pressure. I'll do that. When I was in my 20s, I went to California to escape. Not just from New York's relentless grind, but from everything: the deadlines, the ex boyfriends, the impossible price of a Manhattan studio apartment that felt smaller than my dreams. California? California nearly killed me. It was one of those postcard perfect days. Endless blue sky, waves curling in that effortless California way. I was out in the water, too far out, when a wave came out of nowhere. Not one of those playful waves that you dive under. This was the kind of wave that grabs you, flips you upside down, and reminds you that the ocean always wins. I panicked, clawed at the water, grasping for air that wasn't there. And for a second, a terrifying, crystalline second, I thought, this is it. This is how it ends. But then there was a pause. Not the kind of pause that feels like an ending, but the kind that feels like a beginning. Underneath the chaos, there was a moment of stillness, a strange, serene clarity. I let go. And somehow that's when I resurfaced. The lifeguard who pulled me to shore talked about riptides and luck, but I couldn't stop thinking about that pause, that quiet, in-between moment when I stopped fighting and started listening. Back on the beach, wrapped in a towel that smelled like sunscreen and salt, I started to cry. Not because I was scared, but because I realized I've been holding my breath long before I hit the water. And that's when I thought about my mother. My parents' love story wasn't a California fairy tale. It was more like a slow burn indie film, an Aries and a Sagittarius, each with their own baggage colliding in a whirlwind of passion and pain. They found warmth in each other, but warmth is never permanent. Eventually, they burnt out, leaving me somewhere in the ashes. Growing up, I watched them run, towards their dreams, away from their fears, and sometimes away from me. I learned to run too, from grief, from stillness, from anything that felt too quiet. But that day on the beach, something shifted. When I looked in the mirror later, sun-kissed and exhausted, I didn't just see me. I saw my father's jawline, the tip of his nose, my mother's eyes, and something else. Realization. The fire they gave me burns inside, but it needs space to breathe. Without space, without pauses, even the brightest flames go out. Since that day, I've been trying to pause more often, to let the waves come and go without needing to control them. And what I found in those quiet moments is that grief and love aren't opposites. They're twins, tangled together like seaweed in the tide. Now when I love someone, a friend, a partner, even the barista who remembers my order, I see my mother, her laughter, her wild, untamed spirit. Loving them is in a way loving her. And maybe, just maybe, loving myself. Life is a lot like the ocean, messy, relentless, and sometimes terrifying. But every now and then, if you let it, it offers a pause, a moment to breathe, to reflect, to remember who you are. And if you're lucky, that pause might just change everything. Or at the very least, remind you that you're still here, still breathing, still alive.